to win it 95-93. The Celtics had won 17 straight playoff games when leading by 10 at the break. Now they lose and snap that streak. And Orlando had been 1-31 all the time in the playoffs, went down by 10 at halftime. Now 2-31, and now it's a 2-1 series with Orlando getting back into this series. Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero combining for 61 of the 95 points. Tatum in his return missed game 2, the bone bruise, 36 points. Had a chance to tie the game late. The shot went begging, and then they were just not able to get a bucket late. Jaylen Brown, maybe bothered by that knee injury, 19.6 rebounds, did take a hard fall in the first half, didn't get much from Kristaps Porzingis, and the Celtics lose this one by 2. Had a chance, but Orlando earning its 4th straight home playoff win. Get some instant analysis. Welcome in CBS Sports HQ NBA analyst John Gonzalez. John, that was wild ending there, and you saw Orlando start to kind of separate itself in the third quarter, and then Boston gets back into it in the fourth. What was your reaction to how that played out, especially that last couple of possessions there?
Yeah, that's the Magic defense, right? I mean, like, that's what we talked about, where if they were going to win this game, if they were going to get any games and not get swept out of this first round series, they needed to do a couple of things. They needed to have Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner have big games. They did, as you mentioned, they combined for 61 points. And then that defense really had to harry the Boston Celtics offense, and they did. They forced 19 turnovers tonight. And this is a team with the Orlando Magic that they have a unique skill set in that they're one of the few teams in the NBA that size-wise, physicality-wise, defense-wise can match up with the Celtics and really run the Celtics off of the three-point line. Tonight, the Celtics only took 27 threes, Akeem. During the regular season, they averaged 47. So, like, the Magic, that was their formula. They tried it in the first 2 games. They were successful in the first 2 games with the exception of them losing the first 2 games. Tonight, the formula worked.
21 turnovers is going to be a point of contention for Joe Mazzulla after this one. You got to clean that up. I mean, look at the points off of the turnovers. 26 points for Orlando off of those 21 turnovers. That's a problem if you're an elite team not taking care of the basketball, John.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, I think credit to the Magic because the Magic defense is really legit. They were second best defense in the NBA during the regular season. When you have a guy, I don't know how much like you saw them putting Jonathan Isaac out on the perimeter to harry guys. That's a 7-footer who moves like a guard, who's gigantic, and like Kristaps Porzingis, even who's also a 7-footer, was having a hard time getting his shot off against that guy. And yeah, so the way that the Magic defense is set up, the way that Jamal Mosley has them out there, just all over the place, super active, up in guys' jerseys, really getting after them. That creates turnover issues. Now, if you're the Celtics, yes, Joe Mazzulla is going to have some issues with it, but I kind of almost look at it the other way. Tatum was the one guy who showed up for them tonight offensively. A little bit of Jaylen Brown as well. They didn't have Drew Holiday. Kristaps Porzingis was a negative. Derek White was fine. They had nothing out of their bench. Peyton Pritchard, who's a 6th man of the year, I don't even know if he showed up and went down to Orlando for that game. They turned the ball over a ton. They couldn't get any shots off, and still they only lose by 2.
34 points in the second half. 31%. I mean, this was a tale of 2 halves. What broke down for Boston? Because you keep saying that the defense for Orlando is amazing, and I'm with you on that. But the breakdown, you're up by 10, and it's in no means, in no situation are you safe, especially in the NBA playoffs. No lead is safe, but you're Boston, and you feel like you found something on the road, and then in the third quarter, you come out absolutely flat.
Yeah, I mean, Tatum was excellent tonight. He was excellent in the fourth quarter despite missing that one shot that could have put them ahead or at least tied the game. But the rest of the team wasn't there offensively. And we saw this during a chunk of the season between like January to February where, as I've mentioned, like 1 through 6, 1 through 7 for sure can shoot the ball for the Boston Celtics. The problem is there are times when like sometimes they go cold, right? And they did for a chunk of the season. It was like 20 games where nobody could shoot. And then they cured themselves of that. But it pops up periodically, and it definitely pops up against teams like the Magic who are good defensively. So tonight, Jason Tatum really good offensively. The rest of the team was not very consistent offensively. Jaylen Brown was not bad. But the rest of them offensively, Kristaps Porzingis was an absolute no-show. Peyton Pritchard was a no-show. Derek White can be streaky. That happened tonight.
What got into Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner in the second half? They were incredible.
Yeah, I mean, those two guys, I think, looked around and went, man, we really need this game because otherwise if we're down 3-0, we have no shot. They probably have no shot anyway, Keem. I picked them to have a gentleman's sweep, win one game. Well, they won one game tonight, but Paolo Banchero got to his spot basically every time. Franz Wagner as well. He's a very talented player. He's not a very good three-point shooter. He missed a ton of them tonight, but absent that, and also he wasn't great from the line, but absent that, he was great going downhill, great getting to the hole. He was a good rebounder tonight, made some really nice passes. Those two guys are big bodies too. I mean, they could be Celtics in the way that their size and the way that they play. They're very similar in terms of what the Celtics have as well. The Celtics just have more of it. The problem for the Magic is outside of those two guys, again, they won the game. Congratulations to Orlando. But outside of Paolo and Franz Wagner, only Wendell Carter scored in double figures. I mean, I don't know, just for them to get to 95 points with those two guys scoring 61 of them, that was a struggle. That was a chore.
You and our co-worker, Tim Doyle, you got one, right? You were asking, we set this game, you got one from Orlando. What's it going to take to even up this series? Because if you're Jamal Mosley, it's that belief, it's that idea that, hey, we can knock off the defending NBA champions.
Yeah, they haven't really made any secret about how they were going to attack the Celtics, right? Just run them off the three-point line, try to limit their attempts. They did that tonight. They did that in game 1 and 2. It's just the difference was that the shot wasn't falling from deep tonight, whereas it did in games 1 and 2. What's it going to take? I mean, another one of these nights where you have a superhero effort from one of the guys from the Celtics and the rest of the offense kind of falls apart and looks clunky and looks like it's, gummed up in the works. And I just don't know that the Magic can do that in another game. They got one tonight. They had Paolo and Franz Wagner really step forward. But again, it took 61 points from those guys. They have to beg the Anthonys, maybe Cole Anthony and Anthony Black, to get involved in this because absent Banchero and Wagner, there's no offense there. They've been a bad offensive team for a long time during the regular season. Only 4 other teams had a worse offensive rating than the Magic. So a lot has to break right for them going forward. It did tonight. I just have my doubts that it will again.
Well, when you hold the defending NBA champions to 31% from the floor in the second half, you're doing something right. It's a 2-1 series, and we've got a series now as the Magic take this one in the end, 95-93. John Gonzalez here with us on CBS Sports HQ. John, thank you. Celtics just 9 of 27 from beyond the arc. Take a look at this. Duos with 25 or more points per game in each of the first 3 games of a playoff series. KD, Russell Westbrook did it 3 times. Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner now doing it in this situation at the age of 23 or younger. Those are some nice names on that list, joining Shaq and Penny as well. But Paolo...
What's your favorite team? Comment below, and if you like the video, please leave a like. This really helps the channel grow and brings you even more content. Oh, and if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and activate the bell to receive all notifications. With each game, we notice that the NBA is getting more competitive every day, and all the teams are looking for reinforcements to win the championship. And only here can you follow your favorite team daily with incredible content from different sources. Here on the channel, there are new videos every day with analysis, curiosities, and the best moments in basketball. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for following along. The NBA doesn't stop, and neither do we. Until the next video. NBA, the passion that connects us.